Are you also looking for information on Bloomburrow? You don't have to forage the entire internet for information. Don't worry, we got you. Let's get into it.
One of the things that might be attracting both older and newer players to this set is the art of Bloomburrow. It's very special with only having animals and creatures in the set. And there's also a lot of very cutesy art. There has been some discussion if it's too cute, but I actually think that we're seeing a lot of balance with this. There's definitely also some more darker themes and also darker arts on the card. There's a lot of beautiful cards in the set, and the normal frame is even really nice looking. But this time around we also get the woodland frame, and I think this really perfectly complements the set and also feels like a bit of a throwback to the red wall and also Margin the Mouse. One could even speculate if, while designing this set, that the people were thinking about some of the older sets like Lorwyn, harking back to those very magical and fantastical, in the truest sense of the word, images and art forms, as well as connecting it with newer sets. For instance, it could be Throne of Eldraine or Wilds of Eldraine. There is this dark and also kind of cute, heartwarming fairy tale theme that really seems to be resounding with a lot of players.
From all the chatter on our channel and our Discord, we know that Bloomburrow might just be the most anticipated Magic set this year, maybe aside from Modern Horizons 3, but that is of course a totally different beast. So what is it that makes Bloomburrow such an anticipated set? Our guess is that this set has something for everybody. This set really delivers when it comes to art, mechanics, types and cycles, and we're going to delve deeper into those categories.
One thing that might be attracting players might be the new mechanics, so let's have a look at those. One of these new mechanics is Gift. Gift is really appropriate for the setting of this more cute animal themed set that is Bloomburrow. When you gift, the mechanic ensures that you have to offer your opponent, or you may offer your opponent, a gift. In exchange, you might get more value out of that card that you're playing with the mechanic Gift on it. And we have an example right here. This is a really fitting mechanic and it feels really great for this specific set. And it is interesting that we keep seeing more and more new mechanics being added, but when it is as flavorful as this one, I think it fits the set really nicely. If you're getting any value out of this video, please consider smashing that like button and becoming a subscriber. Thank you.
Next up is Offspring. Offspring is a bit like Kicker, so if you pay the Offspring cost, you get to make a 1/1 copy token of the creature you are casting when it enters. And, oh, do note that enters the battlefield in the set of Bloomburrow is now simply just enters.
The next new mechanic for Bloomburrow is Expend. Expend is mostly connected to the creature type raccoons, and raccoons are the biggest creatures in Bloomburrow, so it's very natural that they also use this mechanic that rewards you for dropping big stuff and using a lot of mana, and Expend is something that you can do once per turn when you meet that threshold.
Next up is a really flavorful mechanic for this set, and that mechanic is Forage. When you pay the Forage cost, you either exile 3 cards from your graveyard or sacrifice a food token. When the total Forage cost is paid, you get the bonus. For instance, it could be putting a 1/1 counter on each squirrel you control with Camellia the Seed Miser.
Bloomburrow is also back with some tried and true mechanics. For instance, we have several older mechanics making a comeback.
We're having Threshold and Flashback. The Threshold is mostly under the mirror color pairing, the black and the blue with the ninjas, so if you have the Threshold cost, 7 cards in your graveyard, you get a bonus. Flashback on a card means that you can cast this card from your graveyard if you pay the Flashback cost. And we know these mechanics are very popular, so it's nice to see them make a comeback in Bloomburrow.
And another mechanic that makes a return is Ward. This time Ward seems to be very connected to the Calamity beasts, which are these bigger creatures that really impersonate sort of natural catastrophes. And for all of the Calamity beasts in the different colors, it seems like the ward cost has been sort of made appropriate for that color cost. For instance, for the black Calamity beast, you have to discard a card, and so on and so forth for the other Calamity beasts. We might be seeing more ward in the set, but so far we've seen them on all the Calamity beasts revealed so far.
Last up is a mechanic that we're not certain is a real mechanic, but we took it into this category anyway, and that is Class. We saw Class in Adventures for Forgotten Realm, where it was closely linked to the D&D professions when you're playing role-playing games. In Bloomburrow, the class is more related to jobs that the little critters might have in their town. We have seen a fisherman, a hunter, and an artist. When a class enters, it does a little thing, and from there on you can upgrade it up to 2 times, and you get a level 2 and a level 3. And it's an enchantment, so it stays on the battlefield, and every time you upgrade it, the additional effect stays on this enchantment, so it can become really powerful later on if you spend enough mana to upgrade it.
One of the things that might be attracting people, old players as well as new players, is the special art of this set. My favorite thing is the seasons. I really like that we have this pastoral landscape and then we get to explore it in the full art manner via various seasons being shown on the card. I think that is absolutely amazing. So I would love to hear from you. Do you have any particular favorite art piece, or are there any of the frames that you really like and connect with? Leave a comment down below.
Even though Bloomburrow only has these anthropomorphic animals, it really feels like a magic set. Older players might say, where are my elves? Well, you have squirrels. Others might say, where are my soldiers and knights? You still have those. There are soldiers and knights in this set. They are just connected to some creature types that hitherto have not been connected with knights or soldiers, such as mice or rabbits. So this set really delivers. We know there are 10 different draft archetypes in this set. You can see them on the screen right here. And many of these archetypes fit really well together, making this set a really great drafting set. Furthermore, many of the cards, even though they are animals, are connected to different types that we know in Magic that are really well established, such as knights, soldiers, druids, and so forth. So in this set, you're going to have a really great draft experience, and you're also going to be able to get a lot of cards that are going to fit really well into your older decks. And I know I have a really long list already for cards I need to upgrade my decks with. Besides the 10 draft archetypes in Bloomburrow, we're also getting 2 very powerful cycles that we're looking really much forward to. We're getting a cycle with Calamity beasts, and we're getting a cycle with seasons. These Calamity beasts are sort of natural disasters incorporated into an elemental being, and they are really powerful cards. They are sort of the disastrous and ruinous forces of nature that all the nice little creatures, the 10 draft archetypes, are fighting against in Bloomburrow. Besides the Calamity beasts, we are also getting a cycle of seasons. A season is a sorcery spell that has a converted mana cost of 5. 3 colors and 2 of the corresponding color, and of course we're going to have 5 different seasons. When you cast a season, you're getting 5 paws, and these paws can be combined any way you like. Each season has 3 different modes to choose from: a mode that costs 1, a mode that costs 2, and a mode that costs 3, and you can combine these modes any way you like. This gives a lot of versatility when using these sorcery spells, and they are all, might I just mention, really powerful. So we're looking really much forward to seeing the different cycles in this set.
A new thing coming for Bloomburrow is a new type of booster, and these boosters are called value boosters. And that might sound really interesting, getting some more value, more bang for your buck, but it doesn't really seem like that is what these value boosters are going to be. On the other hand, in fact, you're going to get fewer cards, and so far we haven't seen a price point, but it doesn't sound very enticing.
These packs seem a bit diluted. Of course, depending on the price, they could be great, but if the price is high for these packs, it's going to be absolute trash, because you're getting 3 commons, 2 uncommons, and 1 card of any rarity. It's the wild card. And this wild card can be a card of any rarity, just as I said. It can also be a special guest, or it could just be a land. So if you're unlucky, you're going to go away with a value pack only with 3 commons, 2 uncommons, and a mana. And that doesn't seem like really good value in my estimation.
And another problem is that you're not guaranteed anything. So as Jed just said, you get absolutely nothing out of this pack. And they also pretty much divided the cards in half. So unless the price is also cut in half, or less preferably, this is not going to be a great buy, and you might see a lot of people get very disappointed. This is presumably a product that will be going to Walmart, Target, CVS, and the likes, so it's just going to be something that you can grab off the shelf. But is this going to be a really good way to introduce people to Magic if the feeling is really bad when you open that pack?
You might get the satisfaction of opening packs, but it might also just be a downer and a big waste of money. It's also ironic that Wizards of the Coast did away with the draft boosters and the set boosters because they seem to have too big of a product line, and they wanted to uncomplicate things with just having play boosters and collector boosters. But all of a sudden, we're getting value boosters.
And let's not forget that we all of a sudden also got some very interesting Beyond boosters that aren't doing too well with Assassin's Creed. So suddenly we went from having a focus on having fewer products and a lot of new products springing up again. But we have to reserve judgment on these packs until we see the price. But do be wary, it is probably not going to be worth it for you. If you don't know what to check out next, might I recommend checking out this video right over here where we present all the sets coming out in 2024. And do be sure to check back soon. We will have a lot more on Dustmourn House of Horror very soon. Let's check out those sneakers and possible iPads. Let's see if it's going to be a horror set or a horror set.
And with those words, thank you for watching, and thank you to our YouTube channel members and our patrons for supporting the Cardboard Guide. Your support means the world to us.
Thank you. We will see you in the next video.